Hello, Sim here, the Netduma R1 gaming router that's just come out. Will it solve all of your Call of Duty multiplayer needs? The answer is yes.
Securing A. Securing A. UAV ready. Both turrets ready. We have the lead. Securing Alpha. Enemy has Bravo. Wall turret ready. A secure.
So as you can see, my KD's gone up. So what makes the Netduma R1 gaming router different from all other routers? And it's their Geofilter facility that's there on screen right now. So traditionally all routers are going to connect you to the world. That means you can game against anybody in the world, and the further away from you, the more lag there's going to be. So what you want to do is game against people in your region. So in my case, I'm in the UK, so I want to sort of shrink it down to that sort of size. Now, as you all know from watching my lag compensation videos, you should never use wireless and you should be using wired. And there's 4 Ethernet ports on this router. My Xbox is connected to one of these. I've got it enabled, and therefore this Geofilter option is being applied to it. So I'll come back to what exactly is going on in a minute. Because it's sort of like 1 o'clock in the morning, as you can see by the clock in the middle, or right hand corner should I say, I'm just going to up this a little bit just so I can find a match. So I'm going to go to multiplayer, and so you should have an overlay with Advanced Warfare. And when we jump into that screen, you'll start to see the world map populate with bits and pieces. So here we go, we're on this sort of multiplayer screen. The graphics is sort of like freezing at the moment. It's trying to find hosts and stuff to connect to, and you'll start to see, there we go, the island big data center popping up. Big burst of data, other hosts in my area, lots of sort of matchmaking sort of hosts around the rest of the world. You saw pop up there in the yellow triangle, so it's quite interesting because this gives me an idea of what's actually going on in the matchmaking world, which I had no visibility of before. So if I now go to like Xbox Live, fetching profile, blah blah blah, and do find standard, there we go, domination, should pop me straight into a match. It's trying to get me across into the US and Canada right now because of the time of day, and therefore I might need to increase it, because what happens at this particular time of day is that well, matchmaking servers might be just slightly outside of this region, but services this region, and they're going to be adding a feature that, so if you get dropped into a lobby and it kicks you out straight away, that you can then click on a button and say keep going in, out and in and out and in and out of the same lobby, so they can actually whitelist that particular matchmaking server, which is good news. So I'm going to exit the Call of Duty game because I don't want to be playing Call of Duty right this second. I want to be talking about this particular router. So that should give you an idea of what's sort of going on. So if I zoom in by using the zoom function here, there we go. What people may be tempted to do, and you certainly can do this more during daytime, is shrink it to about 600 kilometers. That's fine. But if I start shrinking it to that sort of size, that's absolutely ridiculous. You've got to imagine that the amount of players in your area within a 100 kilometer basis is going to be ridiculously small. So don't try and set it ridiculously small. You need to set it to at least about something like that. I would say 600 kilometers. And at night time, I end up having to set it to about, and I'm talking late night, setting it to about at least 1,000. And if it's getting really late, sort of 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, because I'm clan wars and all that jazz, I may be setting up to like 3,000, because I need to game with people that I wouldn't be able to game with because the matchmaking server, let's say, is here. Let's say that's the matchmaking server, and I shrink it to there. Well, that's the matchmaking server, let's imagine, that's servicing this region right now at this time of day, and I've blocked it because it's the host for that lobby that it sets up. So late at night you have to set it up a little bit larger, but that will be sorted in future, because when you've got it like this and you keep going in and out of lobbies, you'll just click a button and that server, let's imagine that's the matchmaking server, gets whitelisted, and hey presto, you're sorted. So has it made a difference? Absolutely, it has made a difference. It's interesting for me to see how the matchmaking servers and all pop up on the screen. If I zoom back out again, sort of changes during different times of day. So I've covered this bit up at the top, which is the connecting to, and then there's congestion control. So this is the bandwidth throttling effectively. And there's some other stuff going on that allows the ping to remain good without your ping going up. So they recommend setting this at 70%. During good times of day, I've set it down to about 10 on both. So they recommend that you set both these values to equal values. So you can't go lower than 10. You sort of can, but it throws up loads of dialog boxes. And in future, I hope you'll be able to type these values in just like you can, like on Adobe applications, where you can slide or type, because sometimes if you're trying to go below this, it is a bit of a pain. You're trying to fine tune it to a particular value that you want. So I'm setting that back to 70%. Also, you don't have to do all this static IP addressing. Well, not static, but it's sort of via the reserved IP addressing via the DHCP that I've shown in other videos. So let's say here you can see this triangle and diamond and stuff. So I've got my Xbox, my laptop connected right now, so I can see the particular router. Let's say I had my PS3 here and my PS4 just down here. Let's say I was doing some serious downloading on my laptop over here. I could then just whop this up and say, okay, I want my Xbox not to be too much affected by my downloading whatever I am doing on my laptop. So that's cool. Now I have tested preemptive and reactive, and at this point in time, preemptive is definitely the best. I get a much better gaming experience. Reactive tends to be a bit more laggy. Well, that was my experience. So preemptive is definitely the one that's given me the best results. So late at night, definitely you want it at 70%, because again, this tends to affect who you get connected to. It's very interesting when you watch what's going on this host filtering Geofilter map. It really is illuminating for me to see what's going on. But the basic nutshell you guys want to know, does it work? Yes, it does. It really does work. And of course, there's going to be more tweaks and more updates. There's a community there. They've got Twitter channels, of course, but they have a main forum site that I've been interacting with, and they are really listening to the community, because at the end, at their heart, they're gamers too. So that's good news. It's really good. Now, in my particular case, I don't have this directly connected to my VDSL router, because at this point in time, the patch to allow me to connect to BT Infinity isn't rolled out worldwide. It's just about to go out. It's gone out to a few select customers right now who desperately need this feature to be able to use it. And you're going, wait a minute, Sim, you're on BT Infinity. How are you getting away with it? Well, I have an existing router and this thing's plugged into that. Separate network, a little bit of complication there, which means the consoles can see the internet, but the consoles can't see my home network. So you can either connect this router up to a modem, or if your router modem allows you to go into modem only mode, you're good. And if not, you might need to buy yourself a modem depending on your ISP's router's capability. I've got mine connected to a router, as I mentioned earlier, so it's all working fine for me. Now, that's sort of going to wrap it up for this video, but what I would like to know, if you guys want to know, and I suspect you do, but I want confirmation from you guys, because there'll be effort involved from me, and I want to know that you guys really do want to see the video. Obviously, I own 3 consoles, so you know that this particular router works beautifully with Advanced Warfare on the Xbox One. Do you want to know whether it works with Ghosts on the Xbox One, PS4 and PS3, and then all the previous CODs, yes, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and World at War on the PS3, because I own them all on the PS3. And they could tell you, yep, it's working, or no, it's not working for that one quite at this moment. Let me know in the comments. So as always, I appreciate a thumbs up. Feel free to drop a comment. I hope you found this video informative. As always, if you're not already subscribed, go and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, this has been Sim.
Securing A. UAV ready. Both turrets ready. We have the lead. Securing Alpha. Enemy has Bravo. Walls are located. A secure.